Stu,
Tom.
there's a juice loose about this hoose. I
remember that
advert. Hopefully the viewers do too.
Yes.
Guys, we're here today. We're here with a beer that has been on our show. This is the third time making an appearance. We must like it, or we must be mental. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, we're here today with Williams Bros Juicy Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been sitting in the fridge for about 2.5 years for me now, personally. Just been staring at it every time I open it up to get something out of the fridge. And I'm gasping, absolutely gasping. Stu, how are you feeling?
We could always review it next week.
I can't wait any longer. I'm going to review this on my own then, if that's okay with you.
The third installment.
Guys, go over to TomKW89 YouTube channel. There's a lot of cool vlogs on there. This is where I'm going to be putting the review of this beverage. So go and check that out. It's YouTube/TomKW89. Is that how it works, Stu?
This is the third installment in the Joker trilogy.
The Joker saga.
Yes, our reviews of Williams Brew Joker beers, because obviously we had Joker IPA, the one that started it all. Then we doubled down with, it was just double Joker, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and that was a lovely beer.
Still get that in Sainsbury's, and
oh really?
Yeah, and like tins like this. Whereas I think we had bottles before, or actually we might have had. I had a bottle and you had a tin.
I think so, mate. Yeah, I do know Joker was always in a bottle, and it was always the most readily available Williams Bros down here for me. But I do not see it often now, sadly. But I hadn't seen Double Joker since we imported it last year. But this one, yeah, we also got this directly from the Bros on the website, because I haven't seen this around anywhere. And we heard about this, about 6 months ago or something now? And
probably not even that. It was just definitely within the last 6 months.
We both were like, we need this.
Exactly.
We need this in our lives. And yeah, this they say on the back they've taken their flagship IPA, turned up the juice, tripling down on the hops and oats, then the oats, and then pairing with a fruity yeast has given our Joker this New England twist. Totally tropical with a citrus burst of bitterness to round it off. This is 5%.
Which is surprising. I
felt like for a NEIPA for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that the taste kind of makes up for that, and it's a very good beer.
You gonna open it?
Let's do it, man. So no pressure, Juicy Joker. No pressure at all. Smells good, citrusy, like you would expect from a New England IPA.
See how it looks.
Pour that bad boy out, man. Let's see the colour on that. Oh, was that?
Sorry.
Is that an A shot? Was that?
This Innocent Gun glass is far too fancy for its own good.
Musical glass. All right, yeah, the colour's pretty much.
It looks like a beer.
Yeah. On the mark. Nice pour, man.
So, I mean, it looks really light, but I'm not sure if it's just because my room's well lit.
Yeah, it doesn't look as hazy as a lot of New England IPAs do, but the colour's definitely there.
I mean, it has definitely got a haze. You cannot see through it. It's nice and...
Thank God.
So, but...
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, it is. It's got a strange smell. It's
strange.
Definitely got a fruity, but...
Something else there?
Yeah, we'll have to have a wee drink to find out what it is.
You read my mind. Cheers, buddy. That's interesting. That's a bit more muted than I was thinking it was going to be, but maybe that's because of the lower percentage.
Yeah,
Very drinkable though, very
very
drinkable.
fruity. It's like what you're tasting is different fruits. It's like someone I thinking if it's pineapple or
It's a bit more bitter than I was expecting as well. I was expecting maybe a more powerful fruit hit, but I think it's just got a bit more bitterness to it than I was planning, or was hoping for rather. It's interesting.
it's pale.
Mm.
I think that's what muted probably. I'm trying to think of what fruit I'm tasting here. I feel like it's how I always say it tastes like a mongo.
Yeah,
It's not as intense as that,
no,
or it's more of a different fruit. There seems to be a lot more of one fruit than the others.
like maybe kiwi, because it's a bit bitter as well as being. It's actually more bitter than kind of sweet, I would say, because I'm not getting really, pineapple, or the citrus is there for sure, but
Yeah,
not as sweet as something like that. A bit more bitter. I feel like I need a spoon to just hollow the can out and and go from there. You look deep in thought. This is the most intense I think I've ever seen you look.
it is. Were you saying it was more better than you expected?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Which I guess means it kind of has more character than you'd expect for a 5% beer.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that. How do you think it compares to the other Jokers?
Almost. I do remember the comparison between Joker and Double Joker being wildly different,
Mm.
and it makes sense because Double Joker is just obviously the higher percent on the OG IPA Joker.
Yeah.
But this one, it's sort of not like if we were going up from Joker, Double Joker. I wouldn't say Juicy Joker. Juicy Joker's almost a step to the left,
It's different.
a step to the side.
It's not really even
the
on the scale.
Joker family tree. Like, this is like
It's
a distant cousin you never knew
yeah.
about.
Removed, on the right or something.
Did I never tell you about your cousin Juicy?
Yeah, no, you didn't say anything, no.
So they're odd, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You'll see them at weddings and funerals, and you have to see them at Christmas. But other than that, you spend the rest of the year.
probably won't get your lips around them as much as you'd like.
Yeah, aye.
Yeah, you got off with your cousins, right? Is that not normal? I lost my virginity to my uncle.
I'm going to stop recording.
Is that?
Let's talk more about the beer and not your horrible past.
Okay. if you insist. Yeah, it's
Gotta get fucking messages for the Daily Star. Trying to sell story.
It's hopefully. Yeah, it's just not as bombastic as I thought it was going to be, or as wild as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a lot more subtle, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, probably the Double Joker is still
The peak.
my favorite. Yeah, I would think so. I think this is a good alternative if you're more into your New England style.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in terms of out of those three that we mentioned, I'd say Double's probably still the best for me.
Do you still get a Double Joker in store? Do you see it around?
No, I've never seen it, but I think we had to import it, didn't we, last time?
Right.
So yeah, since
like-
then I haven't seen it in stores, which is sad. because it is a really lovely beer. It's probably one of the best IPAs I think I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. I feel it's worth revisiting.
It would be nice, yeah. I think just because of availability, I haven't had another go on it, but I think I've wanted to since we did it the first time on the show, because since we did it last time on the show, because as I say, it was lovely beer.
You said you put an order, like obviously, we can't find this on store shelves just yet, but you had to order it. So you didn't just order Juicy Joker, did you? What else did you order from the Williams Brewing Company?
I ordered March of the Penguins,
which was their
the stout, which I really, really like. I don't think it was quite as good as their Surreal Stout, but that for me, is one of their best. And also, I tried their Freyok, their Heather Ale. And that was an absolutely fantastic beer.
I need to try it.
Somewhere between an old ale and a pilsner, which is a very interesting hybrid. It kind of blew me away in terms of flavor and just something unique. And I think after quite a few years of beer reviewing, not saying that you struggle to get a decent beer, but you struggle to get something that you haven't tried before, and that one was something I definitely hadn't tried before in terms of flavor. Very, very interesting, and I'd be curious to try their other old beers, or I think it's a certain label they put it under, which is their kind of more traditional beers brewed from old recipes, and I'd be very, very interested in trying the whole range. So yeah, I think this is, I don't want to say disappointing, but not as good as I expected.
Not what we expected, yeah.
But still, I think it's a good brew. It's got some good flavour to it. Just don't expect anything, overwhelming flavour-wise.
It's definitely, like, I wouldn't go out my way to buy this now. But if you see it on shelves at like Aldi or Lidl, like when they do the random beer festival and they just grab some different stuff. If this shows up on the shelf randomly, definitely buy one and try it and find out for yourself if this is for you. But I wouldn't go out my way to order it off the website, grab half a dozen and then take that big of a risk. But definitely, if you see this out in the wild, try it. This is definitely, it's an easy drinking beer. It's the flavor. There's something so different. I feel like hell, but
can't quite put your finger on it.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna sound like an absolute tit, but when I opened the tin and sniffed, my first thought was like my cat's litter tray. And I'm like,
it's not as bad as that.
I don't know if it was like,
I smell your cat's litter tray, and no, it's definitely, I can confirm.
Like this does not smell like piss. Like, they're just like a smell that took me back. Like the Ratatouille moment, where the guy.
Now that you say that, I think
I can't pronounce the word. It's like pneumonia. It's
ammonia. Yeah, so, it's gonna give me pneumonia.
So there was almost like a whiff of that, and I thought,
you know what? You're right. Now you've screwed it up for me because you put that in my head, and my head is.
And to be honest,
it's sending signals to my nose now that I can smell that.
And it's strange because I thought I don't want to be that person that just kind of like shits on a beer, but also don't want to kind of hinder my opinion. I feel like I need to tell you that it has a strange smell that made me think of my cat's litter tray.
This is a warning, if anything, this video is.
So, and it's terrible. I love Williams Bros. Their beers are fantastic. This is just one where it's like, this is different. It smells. That smells a little strange. But, I mean, look, I'm drinking it.
I'm gone. I'm not the same. It's going down. Well, mine's not going down as well as Stu's is, but still going down rather well. I'm just trying to figure out who's turned the lights out. To be honest, at the moment. going on? I mean, I know energy bills were quite high, but this is ridiculous.
Could Tom please light a candle?
I think, guys, I think it's the bailiffs again. So can we just wrap this up, Stu, guys? It's been a pleasure.
Look forward to seeing Tom on the next series of You Can't Pay, We'll Take It Away.
See you then, guys.
Cheers, I've got to take that James Bond t-shirt off you.